is in London to announce details of his new world tour. And he's promising to give fans exactly what they want to hear. He's asking them to telephone a special hotline where they can request their favourite numbers.
Back in the early 70s, a young man who was born in Brixton and brought up in Bromley recreated himself as Ziggy Stardust, the ultimate glam rock superstar. Ziggy first took to the stage at the Rainbow Theatre in Finsbury Park, then a leading musical venue. Nowadays, the Rainbow is rather down on its luck, while Ziggy's creator has gone from strength to strength. David Bowie's latest project hasn't met with universal acclaim. His band Tin Machine is deliberately small-scale as a reaction against stadium rock. But today, the 43-year-old megastar revisited the Rainbow Theatre, scene of his earlier triumph, to announce that he's getting back into the mainstream with a new world tour. To some extent, it's a nostalgic exercise. Fans can vote by phone to choose the material he performs.
It's not going to be my last tour, but I'm afraid that it probably will be the last time that I'll be doing these songs. I think after I've done these 25, 30 songs, whatever we decide to do, I won't be doing them ever again. And yeah. I very much want to continue working the way that I'm working and keep myself excited. There's no point in continually doing songs and reflecting on a past.
On more personal matters, he was good-natured but evasive. He wasn't giving much away when I asked about his wedding plans.
You were talking about the wedding, David. I don't think we caught the
date.
I
wasn't talking about the wedding.
Could you give us an idea when it's going to be?
I've absolutely no idea. You'll come up with a date, I'm sure.
At the end, the star proved he was still in fine voice, even if his memory occasionally lets him down.
This is ground control. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping.
Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. Now the workers are struck for fame. His Lennon's on stale again. Into my arms, tremble like a
David, the Who have admitted on their latest tour that they're cashing in on their old material. Is this how you see it with the 1990 tour?
They're not in Tin Machine, are they? No. But cashing in on my songs, you kidding me? They're great songs. I'm a very good performer. There's about 15 arena artists worth going to see, and until I can't produce a show that is worth going to see, I won't stop doing shows, you know. And as for cashing in on old songs, that's ridiculous. That's 25 years of my life. Get out of it. Is to have the entire thing indoors, and that's what I'm definitely working towards. So far, we're keeping to that. I'd rather stay in one place and do more shows than do big open-air stadiums, where I don't necessarily think that my audience gets the benefit of what I'm doing if I'm working in a stadium. I didn't see McCartney, I missed that one. I saw Stones.
What did you make of it?
Large. It's very difficult. I mean, I'm not comfortable either being in stadiums or on stage or off stage. I find it's unless you're really into the event. I'm not much of an event person. It's hard to get into the event. I mean, they're fabulous. I mean, they play probably better than I've ever heard them play. And Mick looks like dynamite up there. But you can't get away from the fact that he's that big. You know, it's like very hard to feel anything. You know what I mean? It's not going to be my last tour, but I'm afraid that it probably will be the last time that I'll be doing these songs. I think after I've done these 25, 30 songs, whatever we decide to do, I won't be doing them ever again.
Are you going to be playing Eastern Europe, David? You did start to talk about Berlin.
We're now talking about Eastern Europe, yeah. As a tourist, I'd like to go there. I mean, Reeves just went to Warsaw for the New Year's Eve, and he said he was playing with a couple of the government officials because they're also in rock bands. I mean, the whole thing is like unbelievable over there.
I've been married 5 times in the last 2 years. Twice in California, once in Switzerland, I think, twice in Mystique, and Eric Clapton and Tina Turner, Mick and Jerry all flew in for it. How do these things happen? Can somebody give me a sensible answer? Well, I'm up on the 11th floor, watching the cruisers below. Yes, she's down on the street and she's trying hard to pull Sister Flo. Well, my heart's in the basement, my weekend's at an all-time low. 'Cause she's hoping to score, and I can't see her letting him go. Walk out of her heart, walk out of her mind. She's so swishy in a satin and tat, in a frock coat and bippity-boppity hat. Who God, I could do better than that.
Well, David Bowie's tour should start off at the end of March from Rotterdam and then down through Paris and through Spain. But we'll have more news about his tour. Now let us give you instead our address to reach Blue Night.
Tonight, Fax takes you inside the David Bowie tour. The box opens up, and The Handmaid's Tale comes to the big screen.
What about you? Gender treachery. I like girls. Christ, they could have sent you to the colonies.
Hello there and welcome to Fax. I'm Kim Clark-Champness, and let's get right down to it. David Bowie's Sound+Vision tour is currently working its way across Canada. Tonight it is in Toronto at the Skydome, and right now Monica Dio is on location outside the venue. Monica?
Thanks, Kim. Yes, here I am indeed outside the Skydome, where people are starting to get really excited, and they're actually still buying tickets for the sold-out David Bowie Sound+Vision tour. Now, we have an interview with the man himself coming up later in the show. We also are going to talk to some people from CPI, find out more about this tour. But first, right off the top, let's have a look at the man in action. He played in Montreal last night, and the Musique Plus cameras were there.
Time was running wild, living dead streets, and every time I thought I got it laid, seemed the taste was not so sweet. And I turned myself to face me, but I never caught a glimpse how the others would see this faker. I'm much too fast to take that dust, to take it. Face the spray. I didn't want to have to be a little man to change it. Face the strength to change it. I just wanted to be a better man, but time may change me. I can't trace that.
As I said, there are still tickets on sale. As you can see behind me, people are buying some last-minute tickets. So if you do live in the Toronto area, it's not too late to head down and buy tickets at the door. Now, the exciting thing about this tour is that there are a lot of Canadians involved. Of course, CPI is Canadian. Brockham, which is selling all the T-shirts, pins, etc., is also Canadian. And Edouard Locke, the choreographer on the tour, is also Canadian. Tonight, Louise Leclavier, a dancer from Montreal, is going to be on stage dancing. She's also Canadian. Someone who's not Canadian who is involved, who is also exciting, is Adrian Belew. Adrian Belew is one of, I think, Bowie's close, intimate friends, and he was in our studios today talking about just how closely they're involved. So let's have a look at that interview right now.
I think he wanted to work with people he could relax with. And he knows that I'm easy to get along with. I brought a great group of people. It's going to be a fun, exciting tour, not a drag, you know. So, and musically, I think it's great. There's a lot of good stuff we can do together. Sure. I hope we'll do an album someday. What? I hope we'll do an album someday. The two of you together? Yes. Oh, Daddy, when you gonna break it wide open? I don't know, but I still keep hoping. Oh, Daddy, are you gonna make $1 million bucks? All it takes is a whole lot of luck. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We'll be back outside the Sky Dome live in Toronto getting ready for the big David Bowie show tonight. We'll be talking to the man himself. We'll also be talking to some folks from CPI. But right now, we're going back to the warm, inside environment of the Mush Music Studios with Kim Clark-Chapman. Kim?
Thanks, Monica.
Kim, can you hear me? Am I there? Yes, I am. Okay. Now, with me, I have Julie Giles, who works for CPI. Julie, how has this tour been selling so far?
Very well. There are still tickets available for those people in Winnipeg and Edmonton, where I'm sure it's very cold as well, and they can come out and see the show. Vancouver has sold out. Montreal will sell out, and tonight is also a sellout.
Okay, now a lot of people have been kind of wondering about the thought that there's no new songs on this tour, and well, we've seen Bowie countless times. So how is this show, the Sound+Vision show, different from all the other tours he's done?
I think very much you're going to see David Bowie. It's David Bowie. You're not going to see David Bowie as one of his creations. This is very much a very straight-ahead rock and roll kind of show. And I think people will be very, very pleasantly surprised. And certainly with the presentation, it's very, very unique. He's using a lot of very high-tech screens and visual apparatus. I guess it's very unique, and I think people will be more than surprised at how he presents his old material.
Okay, now CPI has been able to cop a lot of great shows lately. How do you guys feel about that? How is it changing your international reputation, good or bad?
I think for the best. This is now after the Stones, our second large tour for 89 and 90. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more big tours coming up, and I guess it's nice to see a Canadian company being the biggest and best in the world.
Okay, now there's something I have to ask you really, really quick here, but is there anything really weird about David? Does he have anything weird in his ride or anything, you know, demands, etc.?
Oh, I couldn't say, Monica. I just couldn't say.
She can't say. I'll find out by the end of the show. Right now, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with news on the movie Handmaid's Tale. We'll freeze. You stay there. All right, we've now worked our way inside the Sky Dome. We're inside. It's sort of like Die Hard, you know? And here we have Tim Demonic, who is in charge of, who's in charge of selling all this merchandise around us. Say hi, Tim.
Hi. How are everybody out there? Hi.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, well, here we have some merchandise, all kinds of merchandise. You want to tell us about some of the stuff you have for sale about David Bowie?
Okay, well, basically we have thousands of T-shirts. Something like this is called an oversize. It sells for $30. It's got a print on the front and the back.
Nice, nice. And you have a little hat here?
Got a nice embroidered cap here.
Okay,
Oops.
let's just get this. Something like this.
Try it on.
Okay. All right. And you have pins. Now, what does something like that cost? A small memento of a great man's tour.
Small souvenir item like this is $8.
And a tour book.
A tour book, which is a really good buy, is $15. It's got some really nice shots of David and the band and information.
And also keep in mind that when you buy this stuff, you are buying Canadian, because Brockham is a Canadian company. We'll be right back with an interview with Mr. David Bowie. Stay there. Okay, all right, now this feels like a concert. Now we have some fans here. Yes, excited people. I love it. Okay. Now, you've obviously been to the Rolling Stones. I can see that by your T-shirt. Have you ever seen David Bowie before?
Yes, I have.
And?
Great. Excellent.
And even though he has no new songs, you're still going to pay money to see him.
I'm going to see the old stuff.
Yeah?
Going to see it?
I'm with you. And you? Have you ever seen Bowie before?
No, not recently. Haven't seen him.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
A great show. Amazing show. Okay, so what's your favorite song?
I got a lot of them. That's the reason why I'm sitting 6th row. Right in
What is this? An advertisement? I don't think so. no. Okay, okay. We're going to have to say bye, guys.
It's my hair, all right?
Yeah.
Yes, your hair's fine. Okay, okay. Getting to the topic at hand. This is the news. This is facts. Rock and roll entertainment news. Right now we have an interview with David Bowie that Sonia Benezra did out in Quebec City this past weekend. She's from Musique Plus, and here is the interview with Mr. Bowie.
Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition, and may God's love be with you.
This show seems to me almost like a gift to your fans in a lot, you know, in a large way.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep us all happy. I mean, the object of it was to support the album that's being released by A&M here, and Ryko Disc in America and EMI in Europe, which was basically, I guess, it's a greatest hits album. Although that's quite an irony, is I actually haven't had that many hits, because a lot of them are just album tracks, they're well-known songs. There's things like Changes, which of course we have to do, because it's a very popular song. This is it. It's the last time I'll ever do Space Oddity, playing Changes all now. Because I want very much to paint myself into a corner. Approaching, for me, 44, which I will be next year, it can be either depressing or very exciting. Not many of us have kind of got to this age and still be working in popular, or rather rock music. So there are some decisions to be made by some of us. One of the major ones is that do we continue in a sort of a Sinatra-type fashion and carry the baggage of our past with us? Or do we do something that prohibits that? And for me, I choose the latter course. I think it would be far more fun to sort of say, okay, I'll never do anything I've ever done again, and then see what happens to me. I may change me, I can trace time,
who drove 10 hours to be here from where?
From Bordentown, New Jersey.
Why? What's so great about David Bowie that you would drive 10 hours to be here?
The man is great, and he has to make do for the glass spider and come back and do the hits.
Okay, now, Monica, can you hear me there, Monica?
Yes, I can.
Now, David is not going to be in the United States for a couple more months yet, so these guys are going to get the jump on everyone down there in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, now you know that he is not going to be in the States for a while, right?
Right.
So is that why you came up here?
Yeah, that's part of it. He's supposed to be, I guess, down in